Welcome to Battle Truth and my point of view. Oh, no, you. So I'm not a hater. I could only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealings, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable MallikiBaker, your presiding judge, chairman, and spokesperson for the One United Front. You are my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. One of the number one weapons that the enemy uses against us is allowing us to keep our mind off the things we already do have and focus on the things we don't have. That's what he did in the Garden of Eden. When God gave Adam and Eve the whole entire world and all the possessions that is within it, they was only forbidden to not eat of one simple tree. Every other tree in the world was theirs to have. And they was rich in life and love and unity and communication with God. When the enemy came in the garden, what he did was took their focus off of what they already had that they was enjoying and then directed it to what they didn't have, that they had no knowledge of, neither was desiring. This is the same thing we see that's happening right now. And when they took their focus off of everything they did have by which they was enjoying life and then directed it to what they didn't have, they lost focus on what was most important, the love and peace they already had. And this is the very same thing we see that destroyed Remy in this situation. Chasing after fame and success and fortune, trying to keep up with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, trying to live in their light. She lost focus of her light. While she so busy looking at what they have and what she didn't get, what she didn't have compared to what they had, she forgot that she had what was most important that they didn't have. That's her problem, that she couldn't understand, that hurt her the most. That was her problem. And even your own husband know that. He know you was trying to keep up with them so bad. He lived with you all these years. He know how frustrated that you was feeling, seeing that you was not in the conversations of the Cardi B's and Nicki Minaj being queen of hip hop. He knew it.
Your bullshit and your tactics is not relevant. If you look at Cardi B video when she went at when she was talking, I think she went live about her husband or whatever, because I don't want to get in their business. But during her video, she was like, "Nobody call me, nobody call me." You up here, Emmy? You want to imitate that, man? You're not Cardi B, man. Let's keep it a buck.
See what I mean? When he make that statement like that, he's speaking by what he saw that was destroying his family, and how bad you trying to keep up with them, trying to look like them, trying to stay relevant like them, trying to measure yourself to them, to the point that you're destroying your own household. Let me tell you something that you don't get. You were so focused on trying to be a part of what they're doing, you lost focus that you actually the one they were envying. They were envying you. Look at their lives. Look at Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's lives. Look at their husbands compared to yours. Look at it. You see that when it comes to Nicki Minaj and how that woman came out on her husband, talking about he was setting her up all along, using her for her money, promising her. This is what the other chick was saying when she found out he got engaged to Nicki Minaj and they were getting married. His ex, who he was dealing with, came out exposing him. Like this was just a meal ticket for him. He literally don't really love her like that. He just trying to use her for her money and her finances because he was the dude out of prison, a sexual offender, and all these things. And his background hurt her a whole lot, to the point she had to come out basically risking her reputation as a means of his history and background that was very shameful. Very shameful. Look at Cardi B's situation. Cardi B is miserably in love with her husband, who continue to cheat on her, who continue to embarrass her. Every opportunity and chance he gets, to the point of frustration that she's wilding out as a means of just not trying to look like she's so weak, for allowing him to continue to do the things he publicly do against her, knowing that she's on top of the game, knowing that she was bringing in the money, knowing that she was the bag, and he didn't care about none of that and risked it all for Instagram whores and models. They envied you. They want a papoose. They would give their life for a papoose. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B would give their life for a papoose.
Anything you can't control, you're mad. But you lost the remote. So you know when somebody loses the remote, they go frantic. See, but what you didn't understand was my loyalty was because I said wedding vows before God, better for worse, richer for poor, sickness and health, death to us part. And I lived that out. I did nothing but take care of you. Every utility in that house to this day right now is under my name.
See that? Look at what that man just said. I gave a vow to God and I lived that out. I lived that out. Not only did I live it out for you, Pap, go on and talk, man. Look, this, bro, go on and talk. What else you do?
I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Moving on along.
See that? I stayed for the sake of my child. I stayed for the sake of my child, and I tolerated what you did over and over again. I made a vow to God and I lived that out. And for the sake of my child, I allowed myself to hurt. I allowed myself to suffer for the sake of my child, knowing that she needed me. Knowing that she needed me. Let's be real. Not only that, who else needed him? Not only did the child need him, let's just be honest.
I went and visited you every day for a year straight because I knew you needed me. I knew you needed me. And now you want to come in front of these people and change that and change the facts of what happened? Really? Why? Because I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock some lame out who deserved it? You don't shake no man's hand to sleep with his wife.
I'm crazy. I feel the brother, man. He like, damn, wow. Like, damn, all the sacrifices I made, all the things I done. You see how I hold this house together, even when you tearing it down. I still try to build back up the wall. I still try to fix the ceiling. And you steady got a sledgehammer running wild, tearing things down. And I'm still trying to shelter and protect our child. Cover her ears from the things that's being said. Covering her eyes from the things all over the internet that's being shown. Wow. And you sitting up here trying to chase after them when in reality you in a better position than them. They wish they had a man like me who they actually know is faithful to them. A man who literally living the example of life out right in front of our children's very eyes. So my daughter could see how to choose a husband based upon what she's seeing in me as a father and husband to her mother. Those are life lessons that's beyond money and valuables that will carry her through her life and save her a lot of heartache. And you tearing it down and you ripped it up to shreds, counted it as nothing. You forgot the worth and value. You forgot the blessings by which you were living. Because you want the clout, because you want the attention that you never get. And now just pay attention to this. All your works is in shambles now. What would have been remembered about you, you're now seen in a whole nother different light. That you're looked at as being a wicked, evil, adulterous lady, selfish, who have no love and respect for your own family, That's what you showed us. That's what you sacrificed to us. And then you allowing this dude to make a mockery out of everything you built.
I told Rem, I said, I'm tired of them playing with your name. Bro, I smack dude. They get mad because they can't at you. Burning bridges so they attack you.
Real
Talking
shit.
about I fucked up black love. Last time I checked, nigga, I'm black too.
Trying to live for the world. Notice what the world just did. They just got to screaming and embracing him like he said something real. And that's the part you go after. You go after this fake love, this fake acceptance, this fake mirage that the world wants to tap you on the back and dap you with, believing that you're on the right path, doing the right thing. Because you're seeking to be approved by them. Only to find out that that wasn't the case. You're now shamed before women. You are now ridiculed before men. You are now slandered as being a wife, being a mother. You sold out. You sold out the living God to be in the ranks and conversations of Nicki Minaj's and Cardi B's who now laugh at you, who shaking their head at your shame like, wow, Willie? Really? I saw them putting up Nicki Minaj's responses to what's going on, even though she didn't say nothing, because she know you need that to try to have an excuse to try to say something to cut the shadow out. But she put up the eyes emoji like, I'm watching. Of course they watching. Because now you put yourself in their category when you once wasn't a part of their category. Sad thing about it is, it's not even the men. You in the worst category than them because you actually the woman. You were in the category. Look, you was never in a category with them because of what their husband's doing, what their husband's been accused of. You was never in that category and probably never would have been. You're now in the category as the woman that's an offset. You are a woman offset. That's who you are. You are a woman offset. And you got this fake mirage up about yourself when your husband loves you because of who you really are. He know your hair don't really grow that long. He saw how short your hair grow, like one of them girls on 34th, 50th Street. One of them hood chicken head girls who got the packet with styling gel and African pride grease. Slicking that little bitty ponytail up. Putting all them wraps around it to make it look long. He know how long your hair really is. He know how you look without makeup on. You know how like you got to put, you know how you got to cake it on to change your look when you go from a nickel to a dime. You know how you let us see the dime, but you don't let us see the nickel. He fell in love with the nickel. He was visiting you in prison with the little bitty ponytail. No makeup. He was going to see the nickel, and he was in love with the nickel. That's what he was going to see. Without the silicone, without the butt injections, he was going to see. He loved the nickel. He loved the natural, real you. Not the transformation that you got all these other guys fooled with. Not the transformation that Lord Easy in. He loved the nickel you. Your natural skin. Your natural hair. Your natural figure. He loved that. That's the part he loved about you. That part. And that's how you know he really loved you. It was unashamed. Even to the point of faithfulness. You know how many women that man turned down to just be in your corner? Knowing he couldn't have you totally and completely because you was incarcerated. And yet, he still stayed. He still remained. You know how you could walk around unashamed? You could proudly have a man on your arm that another woman ain't coming out in the tabloids, literally exposing him. A man who literally risking it all and putting it all on the line. Risking it all and putting it all on the line. And it's like, you don't even appreciate. Look, how you don't appreciate stuff like this?
Me. 1, 2. Me. Put your hands up. 1, 2, 1. I said 1. 1. Me.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is, bro, when I watch that, that is so beautiful, man. You know how many fathers ain't in a home that want to do that? That's not willing to do that, who can care less about doing that? Like I believe when that man make that statement, I believe that. You know why it's easy to believe that? Because the evidence is there. These ain't just words this man saying. The evidence is there.
I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Moving on along. Me. 1, 2. Me. Put your hands up. 1, 2, 1. I said 1. 1. Me.
Now you break that little girl heart. Now you break that little girl heart and you lie to her. You got to lie to her. You have to lie to her because you can't tell her the real truth. So you have to lie to her to try to make it seem like it's her daddy's fault that he's not there, which then makes it fall back. See, you don't get how you breaks her heart. You have to first lie to her of why he's now absent. You're not going to tell the truth of what you did, so you're going to put it on him to then make her then doubt herself because he was always the one with her. Now it comes to the point like, why would he do that to me like that when he was always here? Was he getting tired of me? See, that's what you don't get. That's what you don't get. That is a wicked, evil lady, man. That is a wicked, wicked, evil lady. Listen, these are literally life lessons.
Me.
I mean,
1, 2. Me. Put your hands up. 1.
I'm sorry. I hit that by accident. These are truly life lessons. Okay? Covering this Remy Ma thing is literally life lessons. She is the poster to all women who have children, who have a husband, of what not to do. That's what she's the poster of. Do not be like this. Learn from her, please. Learn from her. Life lessons, man. Terrible. Terrible. And she go about it with no shame. Like, for real, she literally goes about it with no shame. Like, it don't even bother her.
You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that.
Terrible. Shouldn't that be the only thing you need? Shouldn't that be the only thing you need, people? That was your thing. That was your thing. You wanted that. Like, damn, you don't want to be respected? You don't want to be honored? You don't want to be valued? You don't want to be loved? You don't want to be the only one? You don't want to be safe? Well, I guess not. I guess not, because she ain't willing to risk it all and throw it all away because of her vanity and pride. And that's crazy. Because like I said, you were so wrapped into following them and trying to be like them, you didn't even understand you was in a better position than them. You was in a better position than them. You didn't ever have to worry whether or not Papoose was cheating on you or not. You didn't have to worry about whether he was coming home or not. You didn't have to worry about that man bringing something home to you. You didn't have to worry or not whether he was going to be there for y'all child. Man, Cardi B said that she paid 24 hours around the clock security for protecting their children. Why? Because they be getting death threats. They be getting death threats of men talking about raping them and killing them. And Offset still chose to leave, knowing that his children was facing that. Still chose to leave. Here's Papoose still wanting to stay. And you steady telling him to get out, get out, get out, leave. Because you got caught. All because of you got caught. And now look at they looking at you. Now Nicki and Cardi and them looking at you like she dumb as hell. She is so damn dumb. She the most stupidest woman. They wish they could have been in your situation. You had it better than them and you didn't even know it because you're looking at the materialistic part of it, not the whole thing based upon the emotional piece you had, the spiritual piece you had, the physical piece you had, and to be able to step out in confidence without the embarrassment of what may be the possibility as a result of how reckless they husbands live that you didn't have to worry about. Women don't ever be like this woman at all. Appreciate and value that man. Honor that man. Men, honor that woman. Value that woman. Love that woman. Appreciate that woman. Stay involved in your children's life and always put God first. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. If it ain't my judgment, that's in question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.
What's in those streets for you? Leave me waiting on you. Listen, what's in those streets for you?